And I read there are some accusations of companies stealing people's faces from online as well and using that to generate characters.
Yeah, there was a video online quite popular recently with a woman, she's an actress and model, and claiming that without her consent, her face was used in a microdrama.
Meng Chen, how could you?
I'm so sorry, Hannah. If I know it was her, I would never.
But I know that you knew. You've betrayed me knowingly.
No, I would never, Hannah.
I know because you have been dating my brother.
I thought you lost your memory in the car crash.
I've woken up and I remember it all like it was yesterday, and I know it was
Doctor,
you.
Can't you see the woman? She must lost her mind.
You probably heard the plotline before. Romance, drama, fantasy, betrayal. Also magic mermaid princesses and cats. We're talking about Chinese microdramas, and last year we were really psyched up about them. This year, they've evolved. There are even more of them, but a lot of them are being made with AI. So today we're going to be talking about how AI is changing microdramas and what effect that could have on the rest of the movie industry. I'm Hannah, and this is What in the World from the BBC World Service. So we've got our microdrama correspondent, actress extraordinaire, Meng Chen Zhan from the BBC's Global China unit. Last time we were here, we got the popcorn out and we were watching some of these.
I know, I remember
hooked.
those. I'm still on the apps watching those shows, unfortunately or fortunately. Yeah, but we've seen a lot more different videos now, and the drawings are still the same, but it's just a slightly different format these days.
They seem a little bit uncanny, don't they? Like, you can definitely tell when they're made with AI.
Definitely. So when we're talking about AI-generated microdramas, so they're like most rudimentary type, like 2D animation you made with Flash, but there are also more sophisticated one, like the almost like real person, human-like, realistic videos. But even with those, you can still tell it's uncanny. It's not really like the same one we saw like before.
There are even more of them than there were before. I mean, some people are calling them AI content farms because they're just putting them out.
So last year we talked about the bread and butter of the whole industry is built on the fast speed and low cost. But now thanks to AI, they can build up something even faster and with the lower costs.
I've also been watching them for the past week, like non-stop. What are the big changes that you've noticed since when we spoke last year and this year's AI Chinese microdramas?
So yeah, I think last year we talked about sometimes the plot can be a little bit predictable and cliche and repetitive, but now with AI, definitely seeing a lot more similarities between different shows. Sometimes I wonder, have I watched that before? But actually, like, it's just written by AI, so it's so similar you can't even tell the difference. Like, I can give you some like often heard name like Liu Ruyan, which is a popular Chinese name that comes up like millions of times probably at this time. They can be someone's stepsister, they can be someone's adopted daughter, they can be the arch enemies who try to frame the actress. So yeah, the same name, they just don't put in any effort in that, and they just use the name over and over again. And plot-wise, like, people dig those kind of story of a survival, the final days, the world catastrophic events, but you can see after one another, they're just doing same story, just a different cave or different disaster or different catastrophic. But at the end, they survive, they power through, and so those type of stories are quite similar. But thanks to AI, they can produce this video without making very sophisticated set. They can let their imagination run wild. They can write whatever prompts they want, and the AI can turn it out rather quickly.
Do you think they're all being made with the same AI tools if they're coming up with the same names, same plot lines?
I did my research, and I've seen, like, currently in China, the most popular tool is ByteDance Cdance 2.0, and it has brought down the cost quite much, and it also speed up the speed. But at the end of the day, you still have to do some editing and like do the dubbing and do the adjusting. But I think that's the tool people use quite a lot these days.
And are these microdramas still different? Are they kind of their own genre compared to a lot of the other AI slop that we see on TikTok? I mean, it's everywhere. It's not just in Chinese microdramas.
Yeah, AI is definitely changing how we consume videos in general, but just in Chinese microdrama specifically, we've seen the changes are going to very extreme different direction. One is like trying to be high-tech, real person, realistic, almost like if you don't take another second to look, you might just mistakenly think it's a real video. But on the other hand, there's like a really, really rudimentary type of videos. They are like 2D Flash animations, almost like a PowerPoint. But people consuming those videos, they're not not there for high production or sophisticated plots. So they're enjoying watching the silly little video, even though they are AI and they are like look silly, but it's fun.
I saw some with just like still photos and with voiceovers, and the voiceovers are
know.
all AI
It's
generated.
so machine-like,
Sound like
yeah.
robots,
I
don't
know.
they? So one of the big differences that I've noticed is there are no people, just some quite bad AI people, right? I mean, some of them
Yeah,
look
I mean-
almost perfect. Some of them have got extra fingers.
I know, it's like 6 fingers, right?
Yeah.
And also, like after you consume certain amount of video, you start to realize all the AI faces are the same. Like
They are, aren't they? They're
Yeah.
chiseled. The men have got these chiseled
Exactly.
jawlines, and the women have got these little noses.
I know, as if like they're all like triplets or something, and they're just dressed in different clothes in a different setting, but they got more and more similar, and you just can't even tell whether it's the same person or not.
But the fact that there are no people means that no human actors are involved in this. And I mentioned, like, there's no crew, there's no set. So people must be really unhappy about the way this is affecting jobs, because it was a huge boom.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of people complaining losing jobs, not just the actor, actress, the online talent, but also people behind the scene. You used to need more dozens of people to be there to film, to do the post-production, but now you just need a small team to put in the prompts, and they can generate a script and put in the things out without even have to hire an actress set or studio. They can just all do it with computers in a room anywhere in China or anywhere that's more convenient for all of them. But of course, the actors and actresses, the online talents, they are getting a lot of heat as well. They already make so little money compared to the traditional entertainment industry. They have to overwork, like long hours, little pay. But now with AI, the AI-generated characters, they don't even need to be there anymore. And some of them have to sell their face, the rights to use their face to the AI company to make a very small fiction of what they used to have.
And I read there are some accusations of companies stealing people's faces from online as well and using that to generate characters.
Yeah, there was a video online quite popular recently where the woman, she's an actress and model, and claiming that without her consent, her face was used in a microdrama. Also, it's infringing on her rights, which is kind of like setting a hot debate of how people should be allowed to use other people's face with or without their consent.
That is such a big topic right now, isn't it? As we see more and more AI-generated content, faces, voices, likenesses.
Yeah.
It's quite scary.
Yeah, exactly. Like deep fake people is almost like...
Yeah, but you said people are still lapping them up. There are more of them than ever, and some of them are getting really high views. I mean, not all of them. Some of them are
Yeah,
pretty
some of them
rubbish.
are getting a lot of high views.
Yeah. So are viewers still up for it? Are they still into microdramas even if they are AI generated, and quite obviously so sometimes?
I know. I think it depends. Like for like I mentioned earlier, there are like those silly little videos with 2D animations, and people still dig for that because it's a no-brainer, and they mock themselves for consuming such a content because it's relaxing and it's like funny, and you don't have to use your brain to consume those contents. So even those AI like lower end products still like very much attractive to even younger people actually.
People say that when something's really, really bad, they're like, oh gosh, it must be made by AI. I mean, that's still an insult, isn't it?
No, yeah, we don't want to be 6 fingers, and we don't want to be seen as like lazy, making less efforts.
Yeah. So I guess we're still kind of on the precipice of this, of seeing where this is going to go and how it might affect the rest of the movie industry and all of the other TV shows and content that we consume. Meng-Chen, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Before I go, I want to thank you for your comments on our episode on mangroves. We got this from John, who said that they are natural breakwaters and home for the fishes. They really are the most amazing ecosystems. And I found out when I was researching that story that they suck up loads of carbon from the atmosphere. So it's really good that they are regrowing in some places. Please do keep those comments coming. I'm here for your story ideas, for all of your feedback. But for now, that's it from me. I'm Hannah. This is What's in the World from the BBC World Service, and we'll see you next time.